I was somebody that truly believed selling Harry Kane was the right thing for Tottenham to do. And whenever I speak about Tottenham, there's a disposition from certain people that I'm trying to be salty. Some of the boys backstage might remember me saying this. Maybe they weren't on the streams. And I said, I think that other people in the team will take responsibility when Harry Kane leaves, and you may see an uplift in the level at your club. It's a weird notion to state that if your best player leaves, your club dies. Certain clubs are 120, 30, 40 years old. How have they survived all this time where they lose great players? It's a fallacy that's been created on social media. James Maddison has been an absolute sensational piece of business so far. His performance today was cultured, majestic, outstanding, world-class. It was impeccable. Son through the middle looks reborn. His touch was back. His speed looked back. His finishing as good as it's ever been. The team as a whole looks strong. And I felt that if you sold Kane and invested that money correctly, now look, we'll see how Brennan Johnson works out. We'll touch on that another day. He didn't play today, so I'm not going to talk about it. But Spurs have improved how I thought they would. However, and it is only 4 games in, and they have gone out of a cup competition, but I want to be very fair here. I've got to hold my hands up and say, maybe I've got Ange Postecoglou wrong. I'm always somebody that will hold my hands up if I think I've made a wrong call. Whether it's after 4 games, 40 games, 400 games, my mind is changed, I'll say it. Postecoglou's team, again, you see how good he is by what manifests itself on the football pitch. It isn't just because Kane's left, they've upped their game. It isn't just because Maddison has been purchased. It's because of the system, the training, and the mentality that he has instilled so quickly that Spurs are playing beautiful football, but they're winning games. Now, I'm not going to completely change my mind because let's see if it sustains. Let's see if they win things. Let's see if they continue to progress and go to that next level. But so far, it's looking like I was wrong. So far, I'm looking at this situation and saying, listen, he may have been managing Kangaroo and Koala Bear FC before Celtic, but Europe may have dropped a bollock on this and they should have picked another team in Europe should have picked him up earlier because Spurs look the real deal right now. They genuinely look the real deal right now. And I know there's a lot of Spurs fans last season. Terry never says anything nice about us. It's not true. When you were a very good team under Poch, if you were watching my shows back then, I praised you plenty of times. Plenty of times. When you've been poor over the last 3 or 4 years, I've criticized you a lot. But there's nothing right now, in my opinion, to criticize Tottenham about. You can nitpick. Well, Charleston ain't done this. The only thing this season I think he got wrong was rotating too many people in the Carabao Cup. I think you should have tried to stay in it because I think your team's good enough. I think the team already looks really good, and I think you're going to get better. And I tweeted earlier, I think Postecoglou is going to make people like me, some rivals, and even some Spurs fans. I remember Chatty Patty. I remember watching him on a stream say, this is basically a horrendous appointment. I think a lot of us are going to be embarrassed. I think a lot of us are going to be proven to be wrong by this guy. So I haven't completely changed my mind yet. However, I think Postecoglou could be the real deal for Tottenham. The way they play, the way they move the ball. They've got clinical edge up front. Romero's now got Mickey next to him, and together they look strong. They look strong. Partnerships are key in football. There's a reason FIFA does that whole chemistry thing. It's real. By the way, that doesn't mean every element of FIFA you should use in real life. And obviously, there isn't always better chemistry just because you're from the same country as somebody. It's not as basic as that, but relationships are key. Jerome here says, great win again, but the club ambition definitely not matching the managers. He was let down again by Levy and the board. Listen, I hear you on that. I understand you wanted more and better. But look, we've seen signings like Brennan Johnson before. Everyone goes, that's mad. And they kill it. Maybe there's something going there. I'm just going to remaining reserved about Ange Postecoglou now. Okay, already done that one there from Chelsea fan. Della Spurs says big win after that disgrace against Fulham. Sonny with the hat trick. Romero showed his bits. Solomon showed me wrong with 2 assists. Maddison is class and should be starting for England. Levy out. I like that you still Levy out. Having to live in fear the entire season that not one of these players gets injured will be brutal. See how long it lasts. Trust Ange to the end, though. I hear you on that. I just wouldn't stress myself about the injuries. They're going to happen at some point, you know. By the way, someone's communicated this to me. He's a football agent I'm fairly friendly with. He has told me in a DM, I told him I'd share it on this stream, that Thomas Partey is out for 3 months. So if he's wrong, I'm going to call him out, but he's out for 3 months. They happen. Caicedo was a baller when he was on minimum wage, trying to feed a family of 10, got the 8-year contract and turned into Fred 2.0. Damn. All Poch has to do is play the preseason 4-2-3-1. Haaland used 39 games to get 50 GA, another record. Yeah, the guy's a machine. Company's first to get sacked. Listen, right now, Company's on fraud watch, bruv. He's come to the Prem and tried to play like they're in the Championship, and he is getting exposed. Honestly, he's getting exposed like a flasher on a train. 110%. Man's been exposed more times this week than Nina, bruv. The man got angry at his players for switching off at 5-1. Tell you already what the man is about. Yeah, I agree. I saw that. I liked seeing it as well. And unbeaten in 90 minutes so far. Better start at Tottenham than he had at Celtic. It's a great stat. Thank you. Spurs okay. Only an injury or 2 away from a drop-off. I honestly, I just feel like most teams are like that, barring City. I feel like most teams are kind of like that. Terry is so mad that Maddison was available at the same price as Mount, and you signed Mount. Maddison will be a top signing. Listen, I didn't want Mount. However, Maddison plays in Bruno's position, and as great as I think Maddison is, I personally wouldn't swap him for Bruno Fernandes. But I need to reiterate something here. I think it's like choosing between a Lambo and a Ferrari. They're brilliant. It comes down to personal preference. So there's no slight at all. Spurs fans now wouldn't swap him. A lot of Man United fans wouldn't do the swap either. But yeah, that's why we didn't go for him. Different positions. By the way, I think if you put Maddison in central midfield where we've been playing Mount, I think he'll be average. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got to play people in their natural positions, brother. Other than key players, I think Udogie. Is it Udogie? I keep hearing the commentators say Udogie, and then I keep hearing people tell me no, it's Udogie. I'm going to say Udogie. That's what the commentator said. But anyway, I think Udogie has been brilliant. Man, he's been fantastic. Poch worse than Potter, and I'm serious. He's anti-football. 7 defenders at home against Forest. I'm sorry. Mudryk was a scam signing. So was Sanchez. EPL is a marathon. We saw Spurs start last year. Now, listen, I'm going to defend Spurs here. That's why I don't think Spurs fan DM me going, I think we could win the league. I'm like, slow down. I'm praising you, but I just don't think there's any point putting pressure on Ange right now. If they win their next 5, 6, 7, 8 games, maybe we'll start having a conversation. But right now, you praise it. Very good start to the season, and I think Spurs fans are blown away. Always a new Liverpool would have the last laugh. Yeah and no. I understand that. Doesn't mean Liverpool would still rather have Caicedo. You heard about Partey. Surely now Mikel has to be forced into bringing Gabby back. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't tomorrow, but he will. He'll go back to the proper formation against Man United. That's what he'll do, Ibby. 110%. That's what he'll do. There's no way he's risking, because he ain't got Partey now either. There's no way he's going to play a different central midfielder at right back, keep Gabby on the bench, and have Kai have no, it's not doing it. He ain't doing it against Man United. I'm telling you now.